Dear students, in the last lecture, that is metric space part 1, we have done the definition of metric space. We have seen that for any set X and rho a real valued function defined on X cross X, if 4 conditions are satisfied, then rho is called metric on X. What are those 4 conditions? We recall, number 1, rho xy must be greater than equal to 0. Number 2, rho xy equal to 0 if and only if x equal to y. Number 3, rho xy is equal to rho yx. Number 4, rho xy plus rho yz greater than equal to rho xz, where x, y, z are the points of set X. If these 4 conditions are satisfied by rho on X cross X, then the pair X, rho is called metric space. In this part, second part of metric space, we will continue to do more examples of metric space. Example 6. For xy belongs to Rk, here the set X is equal to Rk, that is the collection of k tuples where xi belongs to reals. So we take 2 elements x and y of this type. We define rho on Rk by this, that is rho xy is defined as maximum of mod x1 minus y1, mod x2 minus y2 and so on mod xk minus yk, where x1 y1 is the first component of x and y, x2 y2 second component of xy, and similarly xk yk is the kth component of x and y. Now we want to check that rho defined like this on Rk is a metric space or not. For this purpose, we are to check the 4 conditions one by one. Number 1. Here rho xy is defined as maximum of modulus of numbers. This means obviously rho xy is a non-negative finite real number. Therefore, first condition is that rho xy must be greater than equal to 0. So it is satisfied. Number 2, we want to prove that rho xy equal to 0 if and only if x equal to y. So to prove the second condition, we take rho xy equal to 0. Now we will check that x equal to y is true or not. If rho xy equal to 0, rho xy by definition is maximum of this set. So it is also equal to 0. And if we are saying that maximum of modulus values is equal to 0, this means each of these modulus values must be equal to 0. So we write that mod xi minus y equal to 0 for every value of I 1 to k. And if absolute value of this number is 0, this means the number itself is equal to 0. So we say that xi minus yi equal to 0 for every I 1 to k, which implies that xi equal to yi for every I 1 to k, and if every ith value of x and y is equal, this means ki x and y values are equal. So this proves that if you take rho xy equal to 0, this implies that x is equal to y. So in the converse way, now we take x equal to y and we will prove that rho xy is also equal to 0. So if x equal to y means every ith component of x will be equal to ith component of y, that is xi equal to yi, which implies that xi minus yi equal to 0 for every I 1 to k. Now this value is 0 implies that mod of this value is also equal to 0 for every I 1 to k, and if this is true, that modulus of xi minus yi for every I 1 to k is 0, this means the maximum of these values will also be 0, and this is the definition of rho xy, which implies that rho xy is equal to 0. So here we have proved that if x is equal to y, then rho xy is equal to 0. So the second condition is proved. Now, to prove next condition, we take rho xy. Yes, here we have proved the second condition here, that rho xy if and only if x equal to y. This is the second condition. Now students, in the third condition we want to prove that rho xy is equal to rho yx. Note it clearly that it is not written here. I must have forgotten this. So you add one point here, that we are to prove the third condition, rho xy is equal to rho yx. And when you check rho xy is how we define rho xy. It is the maximum of mod of x1 minus y1 comma mod of x2 minus y2 and so on, mod of xk minus yk. And in this, if you interchange the role of yi's and xi's, that will make no difference. Therefore, we will say that rho xy is equal to rho of yx. So third condition is also satisfied by rho. Now we are starting to prove the fourth condition. To prove fourth condition, we take 3 points x, y, z in Rk. See here, x is this, y is this, and z is this in Rk. We will prove that rho xy plus rho yz must be greater than equal to rho xz. So firstly we write the value of rho xy, and let us suppose that maximum of this is mod xr minus yr. What is r here? R is any index which lies in between 1 to k. R is, you can say 1 less than equal to r less than equal to k here. And define rho yz, it will be the maximum of mod y1 minus z1 and so on, yk minus mod yk minus zk. Let us take the maximum of these values occurs at sth position, so it is mod of ys minus zs. And after that we need rho of xz, so we define maximum of mod x1 minus z1, mod x2 minus z2 and so on at mod xk minus zk. Let us define maximum at tth position, that is mod xt minus zt. Now let us start proving this. We start from rho xz side and write mod of xi minus zi. For some I lies between 1 and k, write mod xi minus zi, subtracting yi and adding yi here. This is mod of this value. Applying triangular inequality, we get that this modulus is less than equal to mod of xi minus yi plus mod of yi minus zi. Now we know that in the last slide we have seen that maximum of these xi minus yi's is at rth position. So this value mod xi minus yi must be less than equal to mod xr minus yr, and maximum of yi minus zi's is supposed at sth position, so this mod is less than equal to mod ys minus zs. Now This proves that mod of xi minus zi is less than equal to mod xr minus yr plus mod ys minus zs, which implies that maximum of mod xi minus zi varies from 1 to k will also be less than equal to mod xr minus yr plus mod ys minus zs. And we have defined the maximum of mod xi minus zi at tth position. So this left hand side is replaced by mod xt minus zt. So this will be less than equal to mod xr minus yr plus mod ys minus zs. Here by our supposition, this value stands for rho xz, this value stands for rho xy, and this is value for rho yz. So which proves that rho xy plus rho yz is greater than equal to rho xz. So this proves the fourth condition. So we have shown that 4 conditions are satisfied by rho defined on Rk, which proves that rho is a metric on Rk. Right? So let us see one more example. Example 7. Let E be the set of bounded sequence of real or complex numbers for x as xn sequence and y as second sequence yn. Now what is the set here? Set is of bounded sequences. The sequences may be real or complex sequences, right? And let us define rho on this set of sequences as the supremum of mod xn minus yn, where n varies from 1 to 3. We know that domain of a sequence is the set of natural numbers, so n start taking its values from 1. Okay, so we want to prove that rho defined like this on the set of bounded sequence. This is the set of bounded sequences. So we want to prove that rho is a metric on this set E. Number 1. Since x is the sequence xn, y is the sequence yn, which are bounded sequences, which follows that if you check sequence xn minus yn, that will also be a bounded sequence. Hence, we can see that supremum of mod xn minus yn will be a non-negative finite real number, right? Because x and yn are bounded sequence, xn minus yn is also bounded, which means that supremum of this is some finite non-negative real number, which means that rho xy is also a finite non-negative real number. So first condition is proved that rho xy is greater than equal to 0. Now to prove second condition, we have to check that rho xy is equal to 0 if and only if x equal to y, right? And here rho is defined like this. Look at this definition, and if you take rho xy equal to 0, what will you get? We will get supremum of mod xn minus yn is equal to 0, which implies that supremum of all the modulus values of xn minus yn for every n is equal to 0, which implies that xn equal to yn for every value of n, which shows that x is equal to y. So one side it is proved, and you can also check that conversely it is also proved that when if you take x equal to y, that is xn is equal to yn, then xn minus yn will be equal to 0, and if you take supremum of 0 values, that will be equal to 0, so which will prove that rho xy is also equal to 0. So it is easy to prove that rho xy equal to 0 if and only if x is equal to y, right? Now to prove the third condition, that is rho xy is equal to rho yx, Rho xy is equal to rho yx is simple to see. Let us go to the definition part again. Here rho xy is defined as the supremum of mod xn minus yn, where n varies from 1, 2, 3 and so on. And if you check value of rho yx, or you can simply say, if you write here supremum of mod xn minus yn, or you simply interchange value of yi's and xi's, that will be equal to the supremum of mod of yn minus xn, and that will be equal to rho yx. So there is no difference in saying that supremum of mod xn minus yn and supremum of mod of yn minus xn, these two values will be same. Therefore rho xy will be equal to rho yx. So third condition is also satisfied. To check the fourth condition, now see, to check the fourth condition, we take 3 points in RK, that is x, y, z, right? Now suppose that supremum of mod xn, put a curly bracket here and put a curly bracket here also. Now define supremum of mod xn minus yn as k, define supremum of mod yn minus zn as l. Now start from this part, start writing mod xn minus zn, subtract and add yn here, put a modulus sign here. By triangular inequality, this is less than equal to mod xn minus yn plus mod yn minus zn, which shows that mod xn minus zn is less than equal to k, because supremum of this is defined as k here, supremum of this is defined as l here, so it is less than equal to k plus l. So mod xn minus zn is less than equal to k plus l for every n, which implies that supremum of mod xn minus zn is also less than equal to k plus l for every n. So this left hand side is just, by definition it is rho xz, and k here defined as, it is rho xy, right? And L by definition is rho yz. So rho xy plus rho yz is greater than equal to rho xz, which proves the fourth property. Therefore, rho defined on the set of bounded sequence is a metric.